Hey there, everyone. Let me get close to my mic here and adjust my audio. This is Monkey Draft from the guys Will Games, back at some more Donkey Country 3 TUFST run, whatever you want to call it. I guess let's do the Lost World here quickly. Oh god. See, unlocking the Lost World was cool, but man, it's like this rock formation is just slightly awkward around like the bottom here, where it's easy to hooked on the forest wall or whatever you want to call it. Ooh, what world do we want to do? You know what? Let's go water world. Why not? Cotton Tap Cove. We're gonna immediately start off with some tic-tac-toe. Yeah, I'm calling it that. Screw you. Oh right, pow. It's funny. I picked PAL on whim, and now I swear it's gonna end up becoming the identity of this run more than the actual tough stuff. It's just wow, PAL's weird. Cause yeah, PAL's slow. Not that much slower, but it's enough that it makes a difference at times. I'm gonna swap to Kitty. Why? I don't know. Technically, Kitty's generally worse than the other water levels too, but it's also like if he gets hit, I mean, whatever. I'd rather get hit as Kitty and have Dixie as the backup, you know what I mean? What a funny enemy if you think about it, like Baza the Barracuda. Because I'll be honest, I didn't even, like... Actually, you know what, never mind. I'm not even going to say that because I still don't know, but... can you do this? Yes, although kind of a pain at this part. One of those bonus rooms that's deceptively, like, it's easy to get hit there, but it's still, like, not that bad. Man, I've been listening to so many people smack talk this game as of late. Like, it's always like, oh, this game is all about the gimmicks. And it's like, I mean, I get it. It is, I do think it is the most I mean, it's, you can't deny that. It is the most gimmicky of the three. But, like, I think it's part of it is that, like, what do you even consider a gimmick? Like, what's the gimmick of this level? It's just, it's focused on this enemy, kind of. But even then, it's not like there's not other stuff. It's a regular... It's an underwater level that happens to have a, you know, a fascination with Baza the Barracuda, who come out of the holes and stuff. But, like, it's just an underwater level, you know what I mean? Like, to me, I mean, I guess it depends, really, but I've always thought that, like, a gimmick is more like... When I think of a gimmick, I think of more something that completely changes the gameplay style. Maybe not necessarily like completely change, but has a drastic, like, difference. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't even think of a good example. But, like, I feel like just having a level that's based around, like, a certain, like, thing, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Obviously, there are levels in this game that are more gimmicky, but it's still, like... I did that extra swing there at the end because I was afraid that I was going to run it right into the wall and just get killed. Oh yeah, this one. This is a fun one. It's really easy, but it's like, it's kind of funny that they make use of these things here. Just for, like, this is the only time this gets used like this. Just in this one bonus, and I think it's funny. Oh, I did that weird, like, turnaround thing with On Guard. Sometimes, like, On Guard, like, turn around when you grab the coin. I'm not sure what dictates that. You know, a small detail with On Guard, I don't even remember if I've ever mentioned this during the LP, but a small thing with On Guard in this game is he's less vulnerable. Like, in DKC 2, when he... I think when 1, too, yeah. When he's reeling back... he'll get hurt if something touches him. But in this game, I don't believe that vulnerability exists anymore. It's like if I swing back and run into something, I'm pretty sure it's okay. Like, it'll still kill them. which is like a tiny little thing they did to like because I don't know if that was necessarily a bad thing, because it did mean you had some semblance of timing, but I do feel like I see a lot of people complain about that. So like I'm guessing that's why they did that. It's always like, oh, like why did I get hurt? I was swinging. Like at the very start of the swing in 1 and 2, you get hurt. You know. Everyone's favorite level. So this is something I would almost consider a gimmick but it's like, kinda. Honestly, like it's sort of weird because in the way it's used in this level, the rocket barrels aren't really like a thing. It's more like it's just utilized to make the waterfall levels kind of work, if that makes sense. Because a lot of time, like, the waterfall levels are very vertical, and they aren't really built to let you just naturally go vertical without something getting in the way, if that makes sense. Like, you kind of need something to get you from the different levels, because otherwise, there isn't really the tile set isn't designed to be climbable, if that makes sense. Oops. I think there's something over here. Yeah, there's almost always something past everything. It's Donkey Kong Country 3, man. There's always something invisible. Or just like a little hidden thing. Like hell, they could have just been a coin, but they're just like, put a rocket barrel there. Put an invisible rocket barrel that they had to make a separate object for to make it invisible until you touch it. You know, it's kind of one of those funny things. It's almost more just like, let's just show off, you know what I mean? I have all these crimps just like sitting on the edge of the screen when you touch them. Or touch them when you get to like the edge of a screen. I always thought that object was kind of funny. It's like there's just a banana and you touch the banana and you get a coin. And it's like, I imagine most people will walk by and see that and touch it. So it's like, it's almost like, what's the point? Might as well have just made it a coin. Whoops. Almost missed the O. Whee. You know, it's kind of a weird thing with this game. I'm talking about a lot of weird things in this game after I'm just like, oh, people are smack talking. And they're wrong, and this is why, which I'm going to demonstrate by smack talking you. It's not really smack talk, it's more just like, one of the weird things that they changed with this game is that you can't adjust your bounce height off of enemies, right? You always bounce the same amount off of an enemy, whether you're holding the jump button or not. And it's kind of a weird thing, mainly because the first 2 games didn't have that. And I'm pretty sure that when they ported this game to the GBA, I'm pretty sure that that port did not have that. So you can adjust your jump height in that port again. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I think, for the most part, I think I actually prefer that, because I kind of hate when games do that. Because, like, most of the time I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because you can have things where it's like, don't jump off this enemy, jump off of this enemy, you know what I mean? Adjust your jump height and whatnot, but the Donkey Kong Country games never really do that, for the most part. It's mostly just, like, you don't really do that. I mean, that's just it. It never really does that. These jumps are so hard as Kitty, by the way. Like, they're like practically impossible. I swear, because the buzz hitboxes are gigantic. It's surprisingly easy for parries to get clipped by their backs. Because once again, everything in this game is kind of back heavy, so... I mean, that's kind of the Donkey Kong Country trilogy in a nutshell, though. Everything's just really back heavy for some reason. Like, their head doesn't have a hitbox, so... you don't ever have to worry about that killing you. Oh. Go this way. Man, you can tell how long it's been. I don't have everything memorized to a T anymore. Imagine. I always love that secret balloon just if you have parry. I mean, you can get it without parry, but like, obviously it's like something you'll get without having to try if you have parry. Now wait a sec, because I do this too often where I'm like, I rush ahead. That was weird. The hitbox, that balloon was like fucked. What? Am I crazy? Why is the bananas like off center from the thing? Is that a POW thing, or is it just always like that? That looks so weird. What? Why would the bananas just be like slightly to the left like that? I don't know why that's bothering me. I was like flabbergasted by that. I thought I like did something weird when that was part of the reason why the balloon's hitbox was fucked. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm not crazy. Let's just switch to Kitty because he makes this way easier. Kitty's actually one of his saving graces, that his fat body is really good at collecting stuff. Makes bonus rooms like this actually so much easier. As long as there's no enemies, Kitty's generally gonna do well. It's just, he does have a bit of a struggle around stuff like buzzes, because it doesn't matter how big Kitty is, these guys will hurt him. Oh! Okay, now I'm starting to wonder if the ledges are a POW thing too. Because I thought like, oh, the waterfall ledges don't work like that, but now it's like they kind of do. I feel like I don't have problems doing this stuff in my version of the game. Sometimes I feel like I'm crazy. But it's like, I know I'm not having a problem with it here, although I'm gonna have to... Oh yeah, right, I forgot about that secret barrel. Just for people like me who are dumbasses. It's kind of funny I got hit right at the end just because I tried to roll jump though. It's like, that's weird though. Does it really work like that? Man, who knows? Alright, yeah. If you bump into Cranky, tell him to stop being a dumbass. Idiot! I don't know. Alright, let's just go ahead and get this balloon. You can't do that. I thought you could. That was in my memory for some reason. Actually, I wonder if you can do this. And of course you can, because Kitty is a god. You know? You can tell because I'm playing as Kitty. Like, I feel like there's a lot of things like this. Like, is this a gimmick? Is the creeping class a gimmick? Also, am I crazy? I can't tell what's different because I haven't played the game, but like, I'm doing this and it feels like Dixie's turning around so fast. Like, it feels like she's like fucking, like she just turns around without even like stopping. Is that a POW thing or is that just always like that? I swear I'm crazy. This is just what this playthrough is gonna be. It's just old man monkey just like having no idea what this game is like on other versions. I know Dixie is better on the ropes. It's weird that jeez, is this all I'm gonna do for this playthrough? It's kind of weird that they tried to like balance Dixie and Kitty. So like Dixie and Kitty are like the same speed on the ground. Like Dixie doesn't run faster than Kitty. But then they also do stuff like Dixie is faster just straight up on the ropes. Also, that was a mistake. I don't remember. I don't think there's anything you need Dixie for. So that kind of sucks. I got clipped by that jackass of all things, jumping up to the ropes because I wasn't expecting Dixie to jump so damn high. So I have to play through the whole level as Kitty. I would not, if this is the level I die for the first time on, that's going to be hilarious. And it probably will be, because there's some points in this level where you can definitely get like, almost like, I don't know if you call it a trap, but you can get caught. Like that was a big one right there. It's easy to just like, right as you're about to drop, you'll get hit. What's this bonus? Oh yeah, this bonus is kind of tricky too. Well, I say that, but it's actually only tricky if you're trying to go fast. If you're trying to go slow, it's not a big deal at all. I think sometimes the fact that I tend to run through this game pretty fast kind of goes to my detriment. I can still definitely die though. I shouldn't jinx it. Like, am I crazy? Maybe I just haven't played this game so long. Like, holy, it felt like they were moving so fast. I think it's one of these. Yeah, that's what it is. That guy always gets me. Because you move all the way over and he just kind of... That's the guy that probably always gets me, actually. The guy who, like, there's nothing I could have done there. I was screwed because of the way I timed it. That's the one part of the level that's like, if you're not going fast, you're screwed. So, it's almost a little sad that I this was my first death. Was on this level of all things. I don't know why. It's sad. It's not like this is actually one of the harder levels this early on, just because like you can get caught if you're not, you know, doing your duties and going fast. I don't know what that means, but since I got everything, I don't have to really worry about anything. This guy, like, that's so dumb. He got me. There's a balloon up here too. This is actually a great level for lives. Actually, there's a life right at the start. There's a life pretty early on too, like just after the K. I think there's another life somewhere. I forget where. Oh, I pressed down. Hey, I pressed down. Jerk off. There's a lot of banana bunch in this level, I feel like, too. There's also that cobble there. I think that's like one. Is there? I think there's a cobble at the start, and those are like the last two cobbles in like the whole bloody game for some reason. They only really show up in the boardwalk levels for some reason. That's just like a thing. Oh, there's another one. There's 3. Because I think in the GBA port, they're not there for some reason. They just like took them out for some arbitrary reason. They just couldn't be asked to add 3 more enemies. So this guy, okay, go so he doesn't get me. Jeez. That guy is such a trap because he's like in like the perfect place where he's like off screen. But if you wait on the other side, the collapse that's on the rope with you gets you. It's like, it's kind of annoying. Like, this is way more reasonable because you can actually like, it's actually timed, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, did I ever finish my train of thought with jumping off enemies? I think I do prefer to not have the jump heights be variable because that way they can just always design it around the single jump heights. I mean, who doesn't hold the jump button to bounce off enemies in the older games anyways, right? It's sort of the same logic as the run button, you know? People, like, I think this is actually kind of a complaint with Mario games, that to this day they still always have a run button. And it's like, having a run button kind of sucks. Because like 99% of the time you're just gonna have the run button held down, so like what's the point? At that point, why not just have like a walk button if you really need that for like a D-pad? He's kind of wiggling back here. Like, this is kind of another, like, it's kind of funny. I think I mentioned this, that all the waterfall levels have gimmicks like focusing around a barrel, a type of barrel thing. And it's all like, they're all like transportation based because the waterfall levels kind of need that, right? It's funny that I called it a gimmick without even really thinking about it too, though. And it's like, but that's like, it's not really a gimmick. It's just a, you know what I mean? I guess the reason why you'd consider it a gimmick is because most like stuff like this, right? This only shows up on this level, so you can't. That's kind of what I guess that's the idea of a gimmick, is just something that only really shows up once. But I don't know. I mean, it's like it only shows up once, but it's also, it is a barrel. You're used to barrels, you know, they blast you up at a certain amount of distance. The only thing that's really weird about this barrel is that it moves with you, so you have to kind of like deal with that. And there's even secrets based around dealing with that, because there's like the secret blue balloon you get for dealing with the barrel's shoot height, and I think there's something for like moving past one too, I forget. Maybe not, maybe that's like a ROM hack thing I'm thinking of. See, I'm so much less comfortable getting that O, because it feels like I'm going to slide off. Do these guys turn around? I guess not. Ugh. PAL has, like, destroyed all of my cognitive abilities. Now I'm, like, worried about everything I do. Yeah, this barrel right here. Let's see if we can do this. So we want to kind of, like... just a little too high. I want to get that blue balloon though. So you know what, actually, let's just do it the, oh. Well, now that we're back here, let's just do it the actual way again. Oh, it looks like you can you, is that actually a thing? Let me see this. I'm gonna move this barrel off screen. So it resets. I'm just gonna hold left. No, you have to stop holding left for just a slight bit. Like when I jumped in there, I was basically just holding left the whole time. I guess I held it right at the start, not literally like before I was even in there. I do like stuff like this where it's like you have this Ellie section, but Ellie isn't actually like needed for this. She's just here because like you generally most people are gonna play as her, but it's like you don't have to. And I think the speed runs generally won't because Ellie's a little slower because she can't roll and stuff. So it's just nice that's an option. I also think it's kind of interesting that the barrels follow you, but like, holy crap! I almost walked right into that guy. I forgot about him. It's like you don't necessarily have to keep going into the barrel. Like you bounce off these beetles, and the barrel still tracks you. Oh wow! Although it's a little annoying that you go into the bonus and then you lose all your water. These guys are actually easier to deal with as the Kongs because you can just roll. Belly, you pretty much want to use the water because otherwise it's like it just kind of sucks. Oh, we're about halfway to the mirror. How much is the seashell again? Isn't that 5? So, we're getting there. I think you only need, you only need 55 coins, so... Pretty close. But pretty close, I mean pretty close to, like, the halfway point. This halfway point would be like 27 and a half. And this guy... You don't even need to do that. I'm pretty sure during the LP I actually... Did I ever do that? Jeez. But, yeah, you don't need to kill these guys with the water. You can just scoot past them. I mean, you have to be able to because you don't need Ellie. Right? They don't force it on you. Boom! One of those one-shot delos. Did my palette glitch there for a second? I feel like there was like a frame where it was like Ellie with Dixie's color palette, but maybe I'm crazy. I do this so often. It's kind of funny. It's almost like it's like, hey, it's POW, so I gotta go really slow, like really make fun of that 50 hertz. It's actually kind of POW's had an interesting history with a lot of games because there's so many games where POW just like, because it's not, you can't just make everything like slightly slower because so many things are tied to the, I mean you can, but like it doesn't usually like go very well because usually it makes things feel like shit. Like I know Halo 1 had this thing where like the game like I don't even remember exactly what it is, but I know because I know there was like what's the guy's name? Like I think his thing is Rock Slider. He had a thing for a long time. He was like a Halo 1 guy. He has a metric ton of videos of him doing stuff in Halo 1, like setting up big battles and stuff. And I know because he has the... Oh, I literally did not see that thing. I'm like too busy talking instead of playing the game. He has the POW version. I remember that comes up because you watch his videos and it's like, I think Master Chief moves a lot faster than most enemies. And like, what else? Like you can fall farther before like not like fall damage is like takes longer to ramp up and it takes longer for you to just die from falling. So you can do stuff like dropping off the assault on the control room bridge with the shade turret much easier in that version. One of those funny things. Very bare bones bonus, and it's like not particularly difficult, although I was only at like 9 seconds there. It's not difficult, but it isn't like you have to kind of try. And it's kind of, I think I even mentioned this, that like even though it's a boring bonus, like it's there, you know what I mean? It's nice that we had a bonus that was just swim in an empty room, at least once, just the bare bones basics of swimming, right? You know what I mean? Hey, don't get that guy! Jeez. I think there's secrets in some of those holes. I don't even remember which ones have the secrets, but I know the very last one is the one with the bonus, obviously. I'm not a dumbass. Although I might be a dumbass because I have to wait forever for this thing. I feel like that's not usually a thing I do, but eh. You got this nice little, like, I don't know if you can call it a checkpoint, but it's this little spot with some fish to help you out. This level is weird because it almost like... It's one of those levels like the gimmick basically is almost like less about the fish and more just like it's teaching you like to like pay attention to which direction you're looking at. You know what I mean? Like you always want to be going holding left or right. I'd go get that thing under there, but I mean I only have one Kong. I'd rather not die in a stupid way. You know what I mean? Like it's all about turning to avoid the lurchins, but man, sometimes he just follows them. Like right here, it's all about make sure you're going like this when you drop down. And then I think the G's over there. Let's grab it. Oh god, get that guy. Okay, there's two of them, thank god. No, get him! What are you... He's like, somehow he's like gonna go after the freaking lurchin that's like 20 miles away. That was crazy. Just eat them, man. Jerk. Trying to spook me. Where are you, dude? Where are you? Holy shit. I don't even know where he was. He ate something, though. Must have ate one of the fish up here somehow. He just goes sometimes, man. Alright, get this guy. You can scoot up there, but it's much safer to just eat it. Like, why not? It's literally like the level's based around. And you even get a bonus themed around this guy. I like it. That's what I appreciate, actually, about this game so much. Maybe I mentioned this, but I love that the gimmicks come into the level, the bonuses. I feel like Donkey Kong Country 2 kind of has a bad habit of having a lot of bonuses that are just, like, completely unrelated to the actual level you're playing. And, like, you can argue that it is a nice change of pace. It's like a little break in the action to do that. But I really appreciate that, like, they make you play around with this stuff. Because it reminds me of, like the first minecart level in Donkey Kong Country 2, I don't think has any No. One of the minecart bonuses is a minecart bonus, but another one is just a squawks thing. Because they really love to bring you to just brambles. No! I totally forgot this is the one you need Stupid Dixie for. I don't think, even with the water stone, I don't think this is... It's just barely not enough height. Nope. Totally forgot. That actually sucks. Huh. That, you know, suddenly it's making me realize that, man, TUFST can deceptively make things difficult. I totally never thought about the fact that if you get hit at all during this level, you cannot get the DK coin. And I've done more than one TUFST run before, so it's just funny that it's just like, oh crap. But now I don't have to really give a shit about anything, so I'm just gonna swim through. And I'm gonna play as Dixie, who's smaller, because if I could hit his kitty, it doesn't really matter anyways. Just make sure, yeah, do not turn around. Easy trap to make, right? Just stay on the course. As soon as I turned around, I would have been in grave danger. Ah, crap. Okay, eat Mr. Red Guy. Yes, yes. Sometimes, man. Even in these games, like I press the swim button slightly before pressing down, and it just like almost got me. Because you can't control your swim height mid-swim, right? You have to be holding down beforehand. It's not Super Mario World where you can basically stop on a dime. God, the swim controls in those games in that game is like incredible. It's kind of funny that the swimming controls in that game are so precise when they never ever really make you use that. Whoop. Okay, I might be kind of screwed here. Turn around. There you go. Honestly, at that point, I probably should have just eaten him and just gotten it over with instead of wasting time. Oh, and this guy. That guy is an easy, like, he'll get you if you're not paying attention. There's a coin down there, I believe. If I remember correctly, that's what that is. Because it wasn't the Kong letter, so... Alright, just go up there, do your thing. Alright. Also kind of punishes you for going too fast, because once again, he stays behind you, but it also is like, he doesn't go instantly behind you, right? He kind of... He's very much got a mind of his own, man. Like, jeez. Sometimes he goes so far away from you, it's kind of ridiculous. I actually wonder what the limits of that are. Like, how far away can he go? There you go. Is that the end of the level already? It's almost a little disappointing. I've had to replay a bunch of levels twice because of dumb stuff, and it's just like, it's only because I got hit because I was too busy talking about Rock Slider. I think that guy actually goes by 2 names. Rock Slider is one of them, and that's... I did it again! I'm talking about Rock Slider, and man, am I in love with Rock Slider or something? I literally just did the whole level and then just didn't get coin. What's wrong with me? And, you know, thank God this level is kind of short. Because apparently I'm an idiot. Jeez. Replaying a level for 3 times? That's just sad. This part's actually kind of hard to get up high without... Holy crap, dude. The fish that swim towards you always fucking get me. Because all it takes is me to press the swim button once and I'm just dead. Because that's what I'm saying. Try to go fast underwater, man. Underwater levels are like they basically want you... If you want to go fast, you better know the level, man. You know, no qualms about it. Not that you necessarily get punished for going fast, but you get punished for going fast without really, like, thinking about it. Because generally speaking, as long as you're staying at, like, either the very top or the very bottom, generally there's nothing that's going to get you. Like, that basically got me because I swam up here instead of just holding left. Which I seem to have a crippling problem with in a lot of games I play. It's just I press too many buttons. I did a Pizza Tower speedrun. A true ending, John %, whatever you want to call it, speedrun. And I mean, I've done all the P rank stuff, and I feel like that was always my #1 problem. Is like, holy crap, dude, why do I always press so many buttons that don't need to be pressed? Like, it's actually crazy how often it's just like, oh, I'm running against the wall. Time to randomly press the jump button for some reason, jump off it, and I have to run back up the wall because I'm an idiot. Ah, man, I got the O and the N. Yo, buddy, you gotta help me out here. Okay, don't think about Rock Slider. He may be my waifu, but I can't think about him 24/7 because apparently I cannot live while thinking about him. It takes over my entire life. Jeepers Creepers. Jinkies. Fred says fuck. I don't know. I kind of love that you can just drop down there. Okay, eat this guy, and I think this is already the end of the level. Jeez. How many times are we going to see this level? Okay, don't screw up now in a stupid way like I just swim into a lurcher without thinking. Okay, switch to kitty. Remember to press the A button. Press the B button, dummy. Christ on a cracker. I will never make fun of this coin again. Because he's... Holy... Let's just go beat up a snail. Or a slug, whatever you want to call him. Man, this is so slow in 50 Hz. I don't think it's actually that much slower, but it's just kind of how the... Oh, shit! No! Wow, that actually gives you a lot of time. I feel like I should not have been given that. Freaking, I kept pressing every button except... Okay, I'm going to use the R button to shoot. Alright, he shoots like that. Wait, he's already doing 2? I don't remember him doing 2 to start off with. Is he harder in PAL? Or does he just always do 1 and then 2, 2? I thought it was 1, 1, 2. Man, I don't remember anything about this game. I think that's it. God, you know, just let him do it. Give him his time in the sun. Woo! It's kind of funny how much more difficult they made this boss fight in the remake. Honestly, they kind of needed to, because man, this really is just a kind of a pathetic boss. I also love that because he drops him over the pit, for a second, you can just totally grab the item and just fall in the hole. It's like the only time you can do that. Alright, let's do this. Mechanos, and then, I don't know. How long has it been? Because, jeez, man. Sometimes this game is really good at making me feel like an idiot sometimes. Like, I don't know. I think the reason why I get mad that people are just like, oh, too many gimmicks, is because for the most part, like, outside of a couple levels, the gimmicks in this game are very much based around, you know, playing the game. You know what I mean? Like yes, this guy only shows up in this level, but it's based around platforming around him. You know, it's just play the game. If that makes sense. Like, I don't know. I think brushing it off as just a gimmick is kind of silly. No! I wonder if maybe the reason why sometimes things are feeling off is because, once again, because this is POW, the timing for a lot of stuff is probably slightly, like, different. Because everything's probably moving at slightly different speeds from each other. Oh, I thought that was the last one. Man, it goes up for a while. There's where the midpoint would be. Oh, I made his fireball despawn. That's funny. Grab a coin. Honestly, it's kind of a shame that, like, I don't know. I guess Donkey Kong Country Returns does this, where you can buy lives with coins. I'm not sure how I feel about the way Returns and Tropical Freeze do it, but I do wish there was more, like, permanent thing, or like, I guess not permanent things to spend coins on in these games. Like, 2 has the problem where everything basically, well, I guess that's not true. You need coins to save in 2, which is kind of annoying. It's basically the only thing you really need coins for, and it's still cheap, so it barely matters. It's like you have all these coin objects in there, and like you barely really need them, right? Because Swanky, you pay him to play a quiz for lives, but the lives aren't permanent, but the quiz questions are permanent for some reason. So like you can basically get you can get lives from Swanky like once per save file. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of silly if you think about it. And then Funky is just a one-time payment. You pay him once per world, and then he's always free in that world. Kind of one of those silly things, you know. Also, these guys are kind of weird too, because you can see like they're positioned like almost like, I don't know how you put it, like because they're supposed to be like in the background. They actually put in a lot of work to kind of making them not scroll with you as fast. Like I think I mentioned that, but it's like they're positioned, like you can see, like as you move, right? He gets closer to the left and right sides of the screen, as it were. It's kind of a cool effect. It's a bit weird looking, but it's definitely a very cool effect, I'll say that much. And hey, look, a bonus where they're using the gimmick, imagine. There are some levels where they don't do that. I know that Lightning Lookout is kind of weird because there's like one bonus that uses the lightning thing, but there's another one that doesn't, but it's like it's designed to feel like it should. I think, or maybe I'm crazy. Also nice in the ceiling. Am I crazy? I know there's one that's like it feels like the bonus like screams like it was supposed to have the gimmick and it just doesn't. It's like some weird thing like that. I think it's Lightning Lookout. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Maybe I should just keep playing, huh? I think that because of that effect, I think it kind of affects where their fireballs like go precisely. Like I think if I face the camera to the left, it like pops more to the fireball goes more to the left, but I think that actually might be just like an optical illusion. Like I'm not entirely sure if that's a thing at all. That might just be like, I think it should be like that, but it isn't. Because they're like, they really do kind of work like they're just in the background. Whoa, I almost jumped into that sucker. Ah yes, the group of dudes right here. As a kid, this part always killed me. I don't know why I couldn't do this particular one, even though it's really easy. Just go slightly right. For some reason, I was always trying to double back and totally just get whacked by a fireball. Yo, bazooka. How's it hanging? Demolition drain pipe. Should I cheese this? It would be kind of funny to like cheese this on a TUFST run. Yo, buddy. Why not? It's just for funsies. How? I think I showed this off in the glitch video. I definitely did, but it's like it's funny to like use this and actually like use it for something. I'm gonna get the bonuses, so I'm only really gonna get this up to like the first bonus, but it's still funny to like do this. Just because like I mentioned, like this is the only way to interact with these little like half pipe objects or whatever you want to call them. And it's an easy way to get all the stuff. There's lots of coins in this level. Which bonus should I get? Should I just like? Well, I don't want to replay the level again. I seem to have a bad habit of doing that in this playthrough. So let's just get you. Ba-da-da-da-boo. Da-da-doo. Bash the baddies. Alright, how do I use this thing again? Because I haven't been using it. Oh, crap! I just barely got that guy. Holy. I totally forgot about... It's funny, the rest of the game has been so slow. This feels really fast now all of a sudden. I haven't played this game in so long, I kind of don't remember the layout super well right now. It's definitely getting to me. I mean, I don't need to necessarily remember it to do it, but it's like, obviously, like, it can be tricky if you're not paying attention. You know, the problem is when you do a thing that's based on reacting, it can be difficult to, like, do an LP, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm talking, I can't focus 100% on the game, which makes speed stuff like that, like this, much more difficult. Boo! I always love that because whatchamacallit, the toboggan goes, like, so fast in the bonus room and it goes off screen. Like, like, the music stops playing, like, it gets cut off. I always thought that was funny. This is one of those things. It's like you don't technically you can do this with both Kongs, but it's so much easier as a Kitty. Like if you lose Kitty at in this level, it's like this is actually you got to do a weird. Oh really, man, I suck. This is what happens when I'm playing the game like and like just like basically like doing like just random commentary. It's like, I think I mentioned this, this probably came up during the Tag Team Trouble, but for some reason in this game only, not in the other two Donkey Country games, when you hold a barrel and you walk off an edge, you can jump in midair like you're rolling. Like, you couldn't see it because of it, but like, woo, jump. Which is like a weird thing that you can do only in this game for some reason. Once again, like many of the other quirks specific to Donkey Country 3, the GBA remake just like totally doesn't give a shit. To put it bluntly. Boo, dooba-dooba-doo, dooba-dooba-doo. I always thought it was kind of interesting how the treetop is like one of the few levels that gets to have 4 levels. There's something there. I don't know. It's like the only ones that get 4 levels, I think, are mountain and tree, right? Is there a 4th cave level too? I forget. I don't remember off the top of my head because I know that one is kind of sporadic. Like jungle levels have 5 jungle. There's 5 jungle levels, but only 1 like ice cave level. And then 2 is actually like really uniform. There's 3 of everything, and then the only thing that's like kind of breaks that is the minecart. There's still 3 minecart levels, but one of the minecart levels has a unique background. But technically, it still has like the rail tiling and stuff. So it kind of cheats. It's still kind of the same level, just with a slight like different coat of paint than the other 2. And this game like mostly does that too. There's like 3 of most levels, but then there's like a couple extra because the Lost World reuses some. Because in 2, the Lost World actually kind of stuck to this. Like there's 3 Lost World levels. I think the only thing that kind of cheats in 2 is Animal Antics, because Animal Antics is like the only level in the game that actually like has transitions to different level types. So that kind of cheats there. Again. Like off the top of my head, the only levels in this game that have 4 level, or I guess archetype that has 4 levels to the name is Tree and Mountain are the ones off the top of my head. And maybe Cave? I forget if there's... How many K levels there actually? Oh no, you know what? Screw you. I'm getting hit. Because, you know, at this point I'd rather redo the level by dying than redo the level because I just missed the bonus. You know what I mean? At least that way I can say it's a lack of skill and not just being an idiot. This is actually a very interesting bonus because the bananas like keep up with you, right? Most of the time bananas are like static. But this one has to be like specially made so that the green bananas actually like come up with you, I think. Or rather, I guess like the spawn position, like I don't know how it's exactly how it's based. I mean, I don't know. Everyone's favorite secret barrel. Oh right, this is a different. That barrel down there, in the R version of the game, right? It doesn't turn around after, it doesn't turn back to fire, right? But in PAL and I think Japanese, both it does. So like as you can see, it actually like, I think this works. Yeah, there you go. It actually like turns around to, so it takes slightly longer to fire, basically between shots. Which is like a weird thing to like go out of your way to change, but like at the same time, like I guess because it just kind of makes it more uniform or something. I guess let's save. Why not? It's funny that Waterworld took forever, and now it feels like I'm just gonna fly through Factory World. You think it would be Factory World would be the hard one? Here I am blazing through it. I might actually do the Lost World levels that I can do, Krematoa. Maybe I'll grab any like I'll buy the seashell too or something. I don't know. We'll see. And hey, look! It's one of the very few... This one's especially weird. It's one of the few DK barrels that's still here. And this is like, I think off the top of my head, it's like the only DK barrel that's like they just forgot about it, basically. In fact, now that I think about it, I believe that this DK barrel in NTSC is invisible. But in PAL and Japanese, I believe it is visible. So I think that's a difference right there. It's funny, I don't remember half the level layouts, but I remember that weird thing. Because I specifically remember saying that I think the reason why that they forgot about that barrel in TUFST is specifically because they, like, for some reason that barrel is just invisible. But I guess in this version it's not invisible, and it's still not changed, so I don't know. I guess that was like a really important barrel. Also, for all of my life, this stupid sign has fucked with me. I don't get why this sign is here. Like, I guess they didn't want you to backtrack with Squitter for some reason, but like, why? Who cares? They don't ever do that any other time, but for some reason that one time they're like, no, you can't backtrack with Squitter. And it, like, as a kid, it's like, well, why is this Squitter sign here? There must be a second Squitter somewhere. Like, I just don't, it's weird. Oh yeah, and another difference in this game. You have to press L and R slightly different. Like, you have to, like, in 2, you can press them at the same time to make a web platform. In this game, you have to actually, like, desync it. You have to slightly press one after the other, or else it won't actually make the web platform. Because there's, like, I'm not sure if it's, like, on purpose changed, or if there's just extra lag or something. Actually, is this a bash of the baddies? I think it is. Surely there wouldn't be a B behind you if there wasn't. Should I actually go check that? Because now my brain is like, is that actually bash all the baddies? Because now I'm actually super curious. I don't know why I'm deciding to check this now, but like, I mean, I don't know, this is more casual playthrough. I'm having fun just fucking around. Even if I'm playing like an idiot. Yeah, no, I forgot, this is just find the coin. Isn't that one of those weird find the coin ones? I thought so. Where it's like, for some reason it's like find the coin, but there's all these bees in the way. So you can just platform past them if you really want to. It's definitely harder, but like... Oh yeah, this is a fun glitch. everyone's favorite thing, or like I don't know why, like the order, it has something to do with like sprite slots, I think, and that has to be why that happens. I don't know, because I don't know the program of the game, but I swear that has to be why. It's something where like you shoot the webs and like normally they'll always disappear in like in the order you release them, but like if you like make an object appear at like a specific time, it like messes with sprite slots, right? Because it'll just put a sprite in whatever slot is open, right? Also, this is another difference right here. I believe this barrel doesn't let you control your direction as soon in this version. Like in PAL, you can just do that. But I'm pretty sure in NTSC, it like shoots you up with no control for a little bit. I think it also shoots you like... That is a difference I did not know about. In NTSC, when you shoot a web of these platforms, it does do that, but it doesn't make the web doesn't hit the barrel. It just goes through it and changes it. In this version of the game, it actually hits the thing and changes it. Like it always changes it, but now it actually like hits it. I'm not sure if that's even mentioned on the version differences. I don't remember that being in any of the version difference lists. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, take that, crimp. Bow, 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 down, down. This level is actually kind of interesting because it's one of the few levels where like it's focused around the bazookas, but it's not really it's not a gimmick because these guys show up in other levels. It's just this is the one level that's like really focused on them. But they do tend to show up here and there on other levels. They're like one of the few like stage-focused enemies that actually does that. This level focuses on climbing ropes with them. Most of the other times they show up, it's like they'll be like one by itself usually. I always thought this like you can it's funny because you can just fly to it as Dixie, but I always thought that was one of the coolest like secrets in the game, just because the guy shoots the barrels so fast that you can just kind of move forward with them. You know what I mean? Like he shoots them rapidly, and the barrels he shoots move fast. You can go with the barrels. Like you can just like I almost like that's like it's kind of like the mountain level in the Lost World, but you know, horizontal instead of vertical. I'm almost surprised I've seen actually no, that's not true, because there's this one guy I follow. I think I've mentioned it before. He's made like a bunch of really hard Donkey Kong Country hacks, and I know that he has like one of the first levels he has in a Donkey Kong Country 3 hack he has a bazooka that's shooting a horizontal barrel all the way across a massive level, and you're basically just going through the level and clearing stuff out so those barrels can like get you over to the end of the level. But that's not really the same thing, because you're not traveling on top of the barrel. You're just like you're just kind of helping it out to get to the end. I mean like a level that's basically just a horizontal version of is it Crack? Oh no, it's Crisscross Cliffs, I think is what it's called. Also, wow. Oh geez, it's kind of funny we're gonna have a gimmick that's all about moving slow and having high gravity, or low gravity, I mean. And then with PAL, it's gonna make it feel even slower. Although I'm not sure how much slower it is. It doesn't actually feel. It feels about as slow as it usually is. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't slow you as much in this version. Boo. You know, that's one pet peeve I have with the new country games. That I think Tropical Freeze is a little better about this. I don't actually remember because I haven't played it in a while, but I know Returns is kind of bad for this, where it's like there's so many there's very rarely like big secrets to find that aren't just puzzle pieces, or I guess the bonus barrels, which just lead to puzzle pieces, which is another one of my gripes, I guess. Like it feels like it's less about it's less about the secret and more just about finding the puzzle piece, I guess, because the old games had lots of these cool little secrets that are like just you get some coins or banana bunches, you know what I mean? But that doesn't really happen. It does happen. It does still happen. I'm not saying it doesn't. But it's way less common to just have like a thing that's just like a secret that's just coins or bananas. Oh, so this is kind of cool. I totally forgot that usually you're supposed to get this bonus with squawks, but I just kind of thought to team throw to it, which is funny. Anyways, oh, I thought that this level is kind of interesting because they do this where they put the barrel right in the middle for you, so it's like it's positioned for you. It's almost kind of like teaching you that, like, yeah, squawks can kind of do that. Oh, so I didn't notice it with the Kongs, but holy crap, I'm noticing with squawks. Squawks feels so much slower right now, like jeepers creepers. Like moving upward doesn't feel so bad, and even moving left to right doesn't feel that much slower. But moving down, it's like he like barely moves. If I'm not holding up, basically it feels so much slower. Like holy crap, feels like I'm barely moving. You don't even need this TNT for this guy, but I mean I might as well get it. Might as well actually play the level, you know what I'm saying? Hee-hoo-ha. But yeah, I always thought it was kind of interesting how they kind of like teach you that squawks can go between those groups of bees. And they actually have a couple shortcuts that kind of let you do that. Where you can kind of skip parts of the level by going past what is like a wall of bees that kind of has that same setup. Like, am I the only one who feels crazy? Like, look how slow you go when you're not... Like, it feels like Squawks is moving so slow when you do it. It's like... It, like, looks jerky almost. Like, it's not smooth because it's so slow. It's like you can see the frames. If that makes sense. I don't think it necessarily works like that, but it's like, man... Look at this guy. You know what? Here. I'm gonna save this barrel. Screw you. I don't like your mojo. Oh, never mind. It's kind of funny that bonus like skips like one of the like it actually skips a lot of the level and it's like the hard part of the level too. So it's kind of weird. All right, stay down because I swear. You'll fly through that bonus, and then it'll, like, the barrel, like, drops. And it'll start rolling. Well, it's hard to be careful with that jump. Like, for some reason, the low gravity kind of affects the barrels, but, like, not as much. Which is, like, a weird thing. It's like, you'll throw the barrel, and it'll kind of just, like, drop. Like, I think they roll slower to, like, left and right, but not downward for some reason. Maybe they don't. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe it's another classic case of monkey being a dumbass. Man, look how slow that team switch is. Alright, let's go! Yeah! I appreciate when they actually let you, you know, kill stuff like that. Because it's weird. I feel like the invincibility is one of those things, like, it's in 2 and 3, but they're pretty rare in both games. And, like, I feel like it actually gets used less. Like, in this game, it almost feels like most of the time they use it, it's just, like, for, like in the Ripsaw level, in the I want to call it a chainsaw level for some reason, where, like, it's just like, hey, you can ride on the saw with invincibility, which is kind of cool. In and of itself, but hey, here's Chaos. Look, it's the boss of the game, right, guys? Chaos is one of those things that like did not translate as well. I feel like with what? That can happen? He has invincibility for like a split moment. I actually did not know that. That kind of sucks. I wonder, you know what, that actually, maybe it's just like when he starts moving, he's invincible. Because, once again, that might be to fix the fact that, like, in NTSC, you can kind of just, like, combo him with, like, team throw shenanigans. And you can just kind of keep hitting him over and over again, which maybe they fixed that in this version, I don't remember. Also, this jump feels way harder because the saws move slower. It's like they aren't timed as well, if that makes sense. Like, it's not like... that, but once again, that might not even be true. Maybe I'm crazy. Look, it's the Terminator head guy that, as a kid, I never saw this as a Terminator head. I always saw it as just like a guy with, like, no eyes. But, like, don't ask me why. It's very obvious. Like, he has the jaw and everything. But then again, I didn't see any of the Terminator movies. In fact, I still have never watched a Terminator movie. So, you know, riddle me that. I do like how the perspective of his head, like, changes depending on where you are. Like, it looks, like, different. It's not just, like, mirrored, you know what I mean? Even though it is a symmetrical sprite. Or, like, you know what I mean? It's symmetrical in design, anyways. It's because it's like the lights on the right side, like, I guess, well, specifically the right side is, like, according to, like, the screen, right? It's like it has, like, a different perspective. Which is kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. Like, he looks pissed in, like, the slightly facing right frame, but then that's the only one he looks pissed in. And I thought that's kind of cool that they went to that attention to detail. They didn't just mirror it. It's a me. I'm not even gonna finish that sentence. Alright, let's go turn in our jet skis to get a jet ski. Huh. I guess they're just called skis. Okay, that's why. For a second there, I was like, wait. I'm turning in jet skis to get a jet ski? Like, you think about it, that's kind of weird. Like, no, it's a jet ski, but the skis are just skis, you know? Anyways, let's, I guess, yeah, let's go buy we can go buy the shell, and we have two. I'm gonna keep calling it tic-tac-toe because it's kind of funny. We have two tic-tac-toe games to play. So let's buy the shell. So who owns the mirror? How many caves are there? The same amount that you paid to hear my tip because I'm an asshole. Actually, now that I think about it, I forget. Is the difficulty of these caves based on how many birds you have, or is it based on the caves you've done? Because I've actually heard that... I would have fucked that one up if it wasn't so easy. I've heard that it's actually based on, like, specifically how many birds you have. So it's actually easier to not do the bear stuff right away. And to wait on that. Because I do know as a kid, the very last one I ever found was the one in World 2. The one that you need to beat the record for. Just because it didn't occur to me that I could even do that. And I remember that one being absolutely brutal, because I did it last and I did all the other stuff, including all, like, the Brothers Bear stuff, so maybe that's it. I actually wonder about that. I have no idea. So maybe I'll wait to turn the shell. I mean, I like to keep as many... I like to do all the stuff at once anyways, because it's kind of cool to have your inventory box filled up. You know what? Fuck it. Let's turn in our coins first of all. Boomer's the name. Blowing stuff up's my name. It's also my name. I do find it funny that, like, how casual he is about it. Like, he doesn't even do anything. He just pushes the button twice and it just sets a fuse along this line here. Sure, let's do Stampede Sprint. One of the... I think this is this actually... No, I think actually most of the Lost World levels have 3 bonuses in them for some reason. I just really wanted to go hog wild here. And for some reason the gimmick of this level is you get boxed animals at the start. I don't know why they just decided to have a bunch of box dudes here. I always thought that was weird. It's like they realized at this point that they were like, oh wait, we like never use any box animals. That's one of those really weird things. Like they ported, like, you know what I mean? Like the box animals are in this game. Like they aren't really in this game, if you get what I'm saying. Like you almost never ride any of them. It's just one of those weird things. Turn in Squitter to get our thing, and then we jump up here. Now for Squawks. I almost jumped right into that fucking bee. It's even more apparent because, like, you know, obviously the fact that like the hitboxes, the box animals are like simplified, right? The Kongs don't have a hitbox to enemies when they're riding a boxed animal in this game anymore. They do for like collectibles, but not for enemies, which is why, you know, I can swing Kitty around to pick up the banana. Like if there was a banana inside these buzzes, I could pick it up by doing that because Kitty wouldn't get hit, but he would pick up the banana. Which is like kind of a weird thing now I think about it. Once again, that's like one of those things that's like, I wonder if there's ever been a ROM hack that's made use of that. Alright, let's see if I can mess up this level, because this is basically like another toboggan level, but it's like even faster. I also have to pay attention to parry, so you know. Let's see. Plus, I think the layout of this level may be slightly different because it's PAL once again, because I think they changed some of the buzzes around. It's like make it like more, ooh wow, make it more obvious when things are a thing. I might actually die because I know there's the one part with the chargy dudes that always tends to get hit. I always tend to get hit at. Ooh, I almost got hit there actually. Missed a coin. That's no biggie. There'll be some bristles. Be one more. These guys. A bee that. See, there you go. In NTSC, that bee doesn't get you, I'm pretty sure. So I have to replay the level again. It's not even for a coin this time, it's for a bonus. It's not that big a deal though, honestly, just because like the level honestly it's so short. Like it's like if you know when you know what's going on, it's like a minute long. Like this level does have a midpoint too, so like it's like actually does this level have? No, it doesn't. So I guess this level isn't really all that much harder in TUFST. It's just I don't get an extra hit halfway through. Actually, I think this level they might actually give you 2 extra hits, so keep in mind because it's weird. Actually, now I'm wondering if that buzz is even different in it. If I'm talking out my ass, or if that guy gets you in every version, because it's weird that the first red bee you see. It's like jump over it, right? But there's no other red bees until the very end. But it is teaching you to jump over red bees to not get hit. Damn it, I jumped way too soon. This is the problem. I can't concentrate if I'm talking. So that's why I mess up, because I'm stupid. Alright, we're going to play this seriously. Alright, we're going to take this super serial, you know? Alright, let's go. Yeah, it turns out it's a lot easier when you're not constantly like talking and actually being able to pay attention. Of course, now I can totally just mess this up. Although this bonus isn't too bad. It's basically just the same thing I always say. Enemies are back heavy, so jumps like a little later than you think you have to. So actually, in a way, it is kind of cool. That's like how they do it. You know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, like the red buzz being red actually means something other than just he's invincible, right? It actually teaches you at the start to jump over. But it's the only reason I think it's a little weird is because there's only the one other one, right? There's only the 2 red buzzes in the chase section, so it's like it teaches you, and it's like it's kind of cool. They color code it, and it's to make it like feel more natural. It's like watch out for the red guy, right? But then it's like kind of not really, because they only do it twice, so including the first one. That's like very obvious because they have the banana trail. We're not gonna do the other level though. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I can quickly do? I don't think so. Might be another cave or something. I guess I can actually go, actually, can you visit this guy first? No, because this blocks you. Let's just save and quit then. Let's call it a day here. Like 2 worlds plus a Lost World level. It's pretty good. Mostly because I just really felt like playing that. So anyways, yeah. That'll be it for this part. Wrinkly's asleep. Oh, I just hiccuped. I'm sure she won't mind us saving our game though. So anyways, yeah. See you guys later.